With the other African teams falling by the wayside, Ghana were the sole quarter-final representatives of the host continent. No pressure there then, just the hopes of 53 countries and every single neutral fan in the world on their shoulders.
Ghana had the chance to put Africa's foot in the semi-finals of a World Cup for the first time.
Everyone was supporting the underdog, obviously. You're in Africa, the first World Cup in Africa. You want an African team to do well, and Ghana with that team. And here they are at sort of on a groundbreaking moment.
They were more than holding their own and even scored first against Uruguay.
Oh, and Muntari scores!
Before Diego Forlan equalised with a stunning free kick.
It's Diego Forlan equalises with a stunner!
But it'd be Forlan's strike partner, Luis Suarez, who'd make all the headlines.
To see that was really gut-wrenching.
Probably the most shocking moment of the entire World Cup.
I don't know if I could ever forgive him as a player for doing that.
It was a nail-biting finish, and then in the very last minute of extra time, and with penalties looming, came the moment that shocked Africa.
But it's a clear handball.
It was horrible to watch, just this huge sense of injustice when he did it. You know, and people standing up, how dare you do that? Send him off, send him off.
Yeah, obviously it was shocking when Suarez handballed it, blah, blah, blah. But for me, it was just great to finally see a good bit of goalkeeping.
I wouldn't want to be too controversial on this show, but I think it probably was a handball.
Yes, it was handball, and Suarez was red carded.
That's a red card. Does this mean Ghana have got a penalty with the last kick of the game? Oh, I do not believe it.
Suarez could have taken his medicine and walked off and been very humble about it. But no, he did that footballing thing. He started crying.
It still left Ghana a golden chance to get into the semi-final with the last kick of the match and send a continent delirious.
Asamoah Gyan for Ghana. Oh, and he's missed. Oh, I cannot believe it. And it was the last kick.
And when it hit the crossbar, it was just... It was horrible. It was, I don't know, it really was like someone had ripped my guts out.
It was a miss that reverberated around the world, making Suarez public enemy #1 for a piece of scandalous cheating. And Suarez was about to do something else just as shocking.
He was walking down the tunnel, and when he realised that we'd missed the penalty, he was celebrating and jumping around like, yes, I got him.
Yes! Look what I've done. I cheated and I got away with it.
But Ghana still had a chance as the match went to a penalty shootout. Showing incredible bravery, up-stepped Gyan again. This time, he scored. But Uruguay held their nerve and with a cocky chip, knocked Ghana out of Africa's World Cup.
Africa's last representatives at this World Cup are going home.
While the Ghana players were inconsolable, Suarez rubbed it in. He had cheated on a grand scale and he celebrated like a hero with his teammates.
Let's celebrate. No one likes celebrating cheating. I mean, come on.
And then he's in the press saying, oh yeah, it's the best thing I've ever done. That's the real hand of God. And not only that, he's a national hero in Uruguay. There you go. Ultimate panto villain.
It was the 26th of July. It was the second round of the World Cup and it was time to renew one of the biggest rivalries in world football.
We've had a bad World Cup, scraped through, we've got the Germans.
The biggest game of this World Cup so far.
And I actually was swept up in the old England-Germany, we're going to do it, you know, the bulldog spirit.
It hadn't been pretty so far, but the three Lions were finally ready to roar.
There's always the anticipation and hope that going in that this might be the one where we just, I don't know, we all start to click, we all start to put it together.
No second chances now. Mark, England have been made slight favourites, but this is desperately close to call.
England expected. But from the start of the game, the Germans proceeded to brush aside the English defence like a Panzer tank through a church fete.
Miroslav Klose has given Germany the lead. Podolski's made it too. England are in trouble.
After just half an hour, England found themselves 2-0 down. We needed something special to haul ourselves back into the game, like Matthew Upson's face.
ups and brings one back in. Yes, here we go.
It was 2-1. Then, seconds later, Frank Lampard finally broke his duck to level the game.
It's a brilliant finish!
When Lampard scored the equaliser, it was great. It was amazing. We were actually back in this game.
That's a lovely touch.
But something was horribly wrong. The Germans were still playing.
That surely crossed the line. It's not been given. Surely that was in.
Everyone see it. Seriously, everyone see it. Everyone in the stadium, everyone in the pub that I was in, everyone at home see it.
I literally just sat there and I kept saying, it's not fair. But it's not fair. It's not fair.
How do you disallow a goal where the jambalaya ball lands so far behind the line?
I was astonished that it wasn't given.
If it was any further over the line, it would have burst through the back of the net. Was it over the line? Was it not? I'm not sure.
Here we go. Oh, it's so far in.
I've seen it. I've watched it several times. To me, it's still inconclusive.
What is it FIFA don't want? Technology. Thanks very much, Sepp Blatter. Well, I hope he's here, and I hope he's squirming in his seat, by the way.
No, he's not really, Mark.
Mistake like this invariably land at the door of the referee. There's only one person who should answer for this goal not standing, and that's Sepp Blatter, the president of FIFA. He was the one who stood firmly against goal line technology.
Every commentator, every pundit, every journalist said, surely now is the time when we have goal line technology. I don't want it. I now get the rest of my life moaning about the injustice of that goal.
Pretty flimsy-looking Germany wall.
It should have been 2-2 with everything to play for, but instead, England came out for the second half chasing the game.
There's a big difference between going into half-time a goal down and at level scores.
It does change the course of the game. It does change the half-time team talk. It does change the way that the Germans feel about it.
Had that goal been given, our World Cup might have changed.
He's got plenty of time, and he smashed it home. Muller is over in acres of space, and Ozil's found him, and Muller has sealed it.
England lost 4-1, our worst ever result at a World Cup.
Once again.
Sucker punch number 2.
I was almost glad that they scored 4, really, because it took the excuse away. The excuse didn't really count anymore.
We were out, and the Germans finally had their revenge for 66.
Guess what it does tell us is that in football everything does even itself out. It just takes a bit longer sometimes.